What's going on, YouTube? It's Alex, Water Wellness, back with another video. I want to talk about my addiction to cocaine. And before we get into this video, I just want to apologize that I haven't dropped videos like these in a little bit. I've done live streams, but I know I haven't dropped any content. Things have been pretty busy in a positive way. Just going to the VA every week to take a urinalysis, group meetings, doing my basketball league for the summer. Just been pretty busy, pretty hectic in a positive way. Everything's all good, haven't relapsed, anything like that. But I just wanted to apologize. Also, I'm going out west tomorrow for a week, and I'm going to do a collab with Veterans with Anxiety. So be on the lookout for a video on my channel and a video on his channel. I'll put his link, his channel in the description. I'll link it in the description. Cocaine, I want to say, is the nastiest drug I've ever tried, that I've ever used. It's genuinely, to me, the nastiest drug I've ever used. It's very expensive. It's very addicting. The Comedown is horrendous. It's the worst feeling in the world. It depends on the person you are. Some people that I knew didn't even know what a Comedown was. The Comedowns for me were absolutely miserable. But the first time I got into cocaine, I was about to get out of the army. I was like a day left in the army. I went out, partied, tried it. Didn't really like it too much. Didn't really enjoy it too much. Wasn't a big fan. When I got out of the army, obviously, like I said in my past videos, I had terrible anxiety, and I got put on benzos. So it came to a point where I was overindulging in my benzos, smoking a lot of weed, and I got introduced to buy cocaine from the person I was buying weed from. And I don't know why I said yes. I don't know why it clicked in my head. It could have been just the benzos, just like not really caring at all. But I said yeah, let me get a bag. And I bought a bag and I used it and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the rush. I enjoyed the feeling of being like that euphoric feeling. But it lasted for 15 to 30 minutes, and then I'd find myself wanting more. And obviously when I didn't have any more, the Comedown was just absolutely disgusting. And I'd tell myself, like, I don't need that stuff anymore. But I found myself, buying it every time I went to go pick up pot. I would always end up buying a bag. I'd always give in to, like, all right, you know what, maybe I'll feel good for like 15 minutes, 30 minutes, and I'll just keep using and be geeked out. Like, I would always give into it. It came to a point where I was mixing it with liquor, the benzos, the weed. That's just terrible. Awful. As you can guess, a little bit after that, it became a full-blown addiction. I was buying a gram every single day. Not with my money, because I didn't have the money. I was reaching out to people on Facebook, people I've never talked to in years, I shouldn't say never, people I haven't talked to in years, asking for money, making up a bullshit story, and they'd give me the money. And I'd go every day, I would do that. I'd get weed, and I'd get coke, and I'd get perks every single day. And I was in a relationship, I had an apartment, I had things to take care of, I had a life that I needed to take care of, and all I cared about was getting high. I mean, I was literally out in the living room while my ex was in the other room, like 10 feet away. I was pretending to pet my cat, and I was really just chopping up lines, snorting lines real quick. I'd go into the room and act like nothing happened. I'd be up till 7 in the morning playing video games all night long while my ex laid in the bed sleeping next to me, and I'm using coke right on my desk, staying up all night. I'd go to bed at 7 a.m., wake up at 3 in the afternoon, repeat. And that went on for a long time. And that whole time I wasn't using any of my money. Like, the money I had went towards bills, and all the money that I used was other people's money, and it was just completely fucked up. And then eventually I went up north. I went up here for the Christmas trip with my ex-girlfriend, and that's when everything went to shit. I got caught using heroin, fentanyl, and just every drug that I was using just came. It came out, and it was a shit show. It was a mess. So, for a while, when I came up here for the trip, I obviously had a home down in Florida I had to go back to. And my ex-girlfriend's parents didn't want her to come back with me. Obviously, I understand. So, when that all happened, that's the time when I went to the psych ward to detox. But it wasn't for me, it was for them. And so I went, when I went back home to Florida, I was sober for a bit. I was sober for a little while. And then I got right back into it. And it's funny because it wasn't the Percocets that I started off with, it was the cocaine. I just got this random urge in my head, random just craving in my head to get coke, to chop it up, to use it, and just stay up all night. And I followed through with it, and there I'm back on that. I'm back on Percocets again. And started back at square zero, really. Eventually, I had to move out of that place. I had to move up here, obviously, and I got my apartment here. And like I've said throughout my videos, I tried 6 or 7 times to get clean off of fentanyl. And when I came back up here, I never ever cared for cocaine. I didn't care because I was using the cocaine and the perks down there. When I came up here, the fentanyl was available, and when I was using the fentanyl, I didn't care about anything else. I was just using fentanyl and didn't care about cocaine at all. But the 6 or 7 times that I tried to get off of the fentanyl, I always used cocaine. So kind of like a poly addiction I had. I really have that poly addiction in me. I would be doing landscaping with my buddy, and cocaine would always be around, and I would always use it. I was thinking in my head, no, I'm not using fentanyl now, but I'm over here using cocaine, thinking that it's not as bad. Cocaine's literally the worst drug that I've ever used, and this went on for a long time while I was living here, a few months, just every day, every single day. And I think it was around November. November was the last time I used cocaine of 2020. And I was coming down, and I had bought a new bag, and I remember I used it, and it was all cut. It was no coke, it was all cut. It literally made me sick, and I told myself, I'm done with this. And that's the other thing about cocaine. I mean, nowadays you don't know what's in anything really, but cocaine, you really don't know what's in cocaine. You don't know what you're getting with cocaine. So when I got nothing but cut that day, I was done. I was all done with it. I was done. It didn't stop me from going back to the fentanyl, but I was completely done with the cocaine. For some reason, I just snapped out of it, said I'm done with it. I just hated the come downs. It made me so anxious. It made me aggressive. It made me on it. It was just a terrible, terrible feeling. And I was just done with it. And ever since then, I haven't had any craving towards it. I haven't had any thought of it. I just don't care about it at all. It's out of my life completely. But I can genuinely say, out of all the drugs I've used, cocaine is the nastiest drug. And what I believe this was, it was just a learned lesson. It was just a learned lesson, just like everything else is in life. It's all lessons learned. I'm grateful to be where I'm at today. I'm so happy. I'm so humble. I'm blessed to be where I'm at today. And I'm so grateful and thankful for all the support that you guys give me in every video, every live stream. I started this off thinking that I'd only have like 1-2 subscribers, but the number I have is more than I've ever thought I have, and I'm 100% appreciative for it. I just want to say thank you so much for everybody that takes the time to watch and support the channel. So that's really all I have for this video. I kind of just wanted to put that out there, let you guys know like what my use of cocaine was. And it was just it was an addiction that I used every day. Spent a lot of money that wasn't mine on it, and ruined my life for a good amount of time. And I found a way out of it, and I just wanted to share that with you guys. So the next video will be the collab with Veterans with Anxiety, so be on the lookout for that. And when I come back, I'll be dropping more videos, live streams. I want to get into interviews, and I want to start doing Zoom meetings with all of you guys, with the family. That'd be great. So I appreciate you guys watching. Much love. I'll check you guys out on the next one.